Starting week 7 of the fall season. We're hoping for a drier week as we're talking all things Princeton Vikings with AD Joe Roberts. Coach, how we doing?
Hey, Rob, it's great to see you this morning. It's been a great weekend.
It's this is like a Quentin Tarantino podcast. We open up like we're on Monday, but really it's Saturday, and we're doing the flash forwards and the flashbacks, and we didn't get the rain, and we had scheduling conflicts on Monday, so we're going to do a podcast for week 7 that's already completed. So it's kind of fun that we're going to be able to talk about things that really happened instead of what we're wishing for. So it'll kind of be kind of fun, Coach.
You know what? That is great. I can tell you, and it is. After last week, with that little hurricane that passed through here, you can't ask for a better night Friday night. I will just say that. I mean,
Spectacular.
and it looks like Saturday's even going to be more spectacular.
Yeah, we
So,
got some fun things to talk about at the end of
yep.
the podcast about what's some exciting things going on at Princeton High School. But let's jump in, talk cross country first. And the nice thing is, I believe GMC championships are this morning out of VOA, and they got a great day to run.
Absolutely. Actually, they just hopped on the bus and took off a little bit ago, and it is probably as pristine as it can get in terms of conditions for running today in the GMC championships over at Voice America Park. And what this is. This will be race number 2 for the Vikings at Voice of America Park because we participate in the Lakota East Invite earlier in the year, and this is the training ground. This is where we start to break in and getting us ready for. I think it's 2 weeks down the road when we'll have districts there, and so our student athletes will get really, really familiar with the course. Not that they aren't already, but now they'll start to see the conditions that we believe will play out because the weather doesn't seem to change from here on forward. We got a great soaking, if you will, and so now the grass is starting to return,
Right.
and that's a beautiful thing to see. And so they'll start to get some course conditions, and I really believe we'll see some great times out of our students today, simply because they're familiar with the course. The weather is going to be good, and now they are in the process of getting themselves prepared for the district. So that tapering step, if you will, has begun. So really looking forward to seeing the results today from the boys and the girls team.
Yeah, good luck to them. Think about prior to last Friday, they were running in dust and
Yeah,
tumbleweeds and everything else
yeah,
that we're rolling by. Now it
yeah,
should be a really nice running course. So good luck to
yeah,
them. That sounds great. Well, last
absolutely.
night, let's go over to the gridiron. We don't have to talk about what we were hoping for Friday night because Friday night has happened. Homecoming last night. Uh, a very challenging Highlander team came over from the west side. Their program is improved and it's getting better each year. But a nice 23-10 victory for the Vikings to notch another win, GMC win, and what a great night for football.
Yeah, no, it first and foremost, it was a fantastic night to celebrate homecoming. Our Athletic Hall of Fame inductees, our 4x1 and 4x2 state girls track and field champions from this past year. We did a ring ceremony for them, but the weather was just ideal, and we had classes come back. I can specifically talk about anyone that graduated that ended in a 4 seemed to be there last night. 74, 84, 94, 2004. They were all in attendance and having their reunions this weekend, and it was great. And the Highlanders they are getting better.
Yes, they are.
They are getting better, and they work hard. We are banged up. We had a couple running backs out last night. However, our Vikings they had some grit because on the defensive side we got some players back. That
Yes.
Andre Parker came back last night, and it was great to see him back on the field.
Yeah.
And great to see him moving around the way he moved around last night. And Paul Nelson was all over the place defensively, and it was just really it was a good solid 4 quarters of football. We took us a little bit of time to kind of get the momentum going for us a little bit, but once we did, and once we got in tune, it really set us up well. And I think next Friday with Fairfield here, will be really good. It's really nice when you can say that you've got 2 of your last 3 at home.
It's great.
With Fairfield at home, and then we'll close the regular season with Coleraine at home, and then we'll travel to Middletown in between. But that's always nice to be able to do, be able to get the kids here. We will be on fall break next week, so the students will be on a little bit of a different schedule. But it's going to be a great football, 4 quarters of football next week, just like it was last night. Really
Yeah,
proud of our team.
I just looked at the weather for next Friday, and it looks just like yesterday. So it's going to be great stuff. And
Oh,
one week at a time, and
mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
continue moving forward. Let's go over to the pitch. Let's talk soccer. I think their draw is this weekend, correct, Coach?
The draw. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got Sunday at 2 o'clock. The Southwest District Athletic Board moved all of the seed meetings for volleyball and soccer to virtual. So we're
Oh,
not going anywhere for a seed meeting. Everybody's going to jump on these beautiful Zoom links.
nice.
And,
What do you think about that, Coach? What do you think about that?
I will tell you, since I'm hosting the D2 volleyball, I'm nervous. And the only reason I'm nervous is because you never know what's going to happen from a technical standpoint if they
Sure.
can't sign in. Or my biggest thing right now is I'm worried I'm not going to be able to share the screen to show the bracket. I got to be honest, Rob.
Text
But
me
I
if
know
I
how
can
to
help.
do it. I know how to do it. So, looking forward to it. And, we'll get going. I mean, boys soccer had a really good win the other night against Hamilton, and they were on the road. And, things seem to be going really well. We've got a tough one Monday night with Kings, and then Mason to close out the GMC. And then next Wednesday, we'll play at Loveland. It's a good
Right.
little match for the kids to kind of get some things going. But, we're seeing a lot of growth out of both boys and girls soccer. The records don't always transcend
Sure.
to the where we are. And, I was talking to some of the players last night, some of our girls soccer players, because hats off to Eliana Messer, senior soccer player who was crowned homecoming queen last night.
Oh,
And
fun.
I was talking to her as they were getting ready, and I just said, you didn't quit. I mean, we lost 1-0 to Hamilton, and but no one quit. And I know that everyone wants to transcend into everything into the win, but there are some great foundational building blocks that our coaches, both on the boys' side and the girls' side, are doing. And I think that as we continue to grow, we are going to continue to show those steady improvements. But most importantly, the interest is back. And we need to continue that. We need to have people interested in watching and playing the sport and continue it to grow. So looking forward to seeing how we finish out strong, both on both sides, and then get ready for the tournament.
Sounds good. Let's go inside. Let's talk girls volleyball. Have they had their seat, or are they this weekend too? Is that this
No,
weekend?
this weekend as well. Yeah, this weekend as well. And lost a very tough match the Thursday night at Hamilton. I mean, we were here, we had soccer here, but the first two matches, losing 25-22 on both of them, they were in it from the beginning. And Hamilton is a strong team.
Yes.
We had a great senior night victory over Northwest, which really helped spur some excitement and some momentum, and really happy for our seniors that night. But we'll finish. We got West Claremont this coming Monday night, which will be a really good district tournament battle for us, give us to see what it's going to look like away from the conference a little bit. And then Thursday we'll close the regular season with an extremely tough Mason team.
Yes.
And that'll be a fun match to be able to see, because we're also going to really have to put some lineup rotation in that's going to get us ready for the tournament. But we'll already know where we're going to be on the bracket by then. So these matches will really be good tune-ups for us to kind of get us ready for the tournament.
Good. Okay. Good luck to them. Let's jump in the pool. It's almost tournament time. I think we're a week away from tournament time for water polo. Let's give the fans an update, Joe, on water polo.
Man, it is here, Rob. I guess, what do we call it? The super regionals or something? I forget what it's called, but regional qualifiers. I apologize. We got regional qualifiers coming up. We'll host the girls' side here, or the boys' side here. I'm sorry. We'll host the boys' side here. The girls travel this year on the regional qualifiers. They're over at Sycamore this weekend for a little match, for a little invite to kind of get us ready. It has been up and down year for our water polo team, and it is truly a testament to what's going on in the growth of the sport. We have experienced, inexperienced players, and I say that in terms of this. Our water polo team is pretty young, but they've played the sport, but it's now they're starting to grow into the sport. We will have Loveland, I think it's Loveland here Tuesday night, and celebrate our seniors, and that's going to be exciting.
Nice.
To get them in the water and get a chance to see how that transpires. But I'm really curious to see how it goes with the boys. The girls, we know we are in a pure building block foundation, and they go out there each and every time, and they compete to be where they need to be. But the boys have a shot to get out, and if they can get out, that'll be a great testament for the kids, because that's what we kind of need. And I apologize, it's not Loveland, it's Walnut Hills. We
Okay.
swim on senior night. Swimming is senior night is against Loveland. I'm already thinking of the winter, but it's Walnut
It's
Hills,
Walnut.
uh,
Yes.
Walnut Tuesday night. So really looking forward to what they have going, and getting us ready to close out the regular season and start the tournament play.
And another new pool added to the GMC. Sycamore unveiled their
Yeah,
new pool this year, and I heard it's just
yeah,
beautiful.
it's gorgeous. And I've only seen it from the outside looking in through the glass, because it's got triple security locks on it, so you can't walk in and just visit it. I'm
Right.
kidding, but I was over there for volleyball and boys soccer one night earlier in the season, and I just stuck my head in the window and looked and saw. But it is it's beautiful. So
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
love seeing the facility improvements.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I know one of the things before we wrap up, Coach, we wanted to just highlight Hall of Fame. And I know it's always big at every
Yeah.
school, but it's really big at Princeton.
Well, and I was talking to our superintendent, Mr. Card, last night. And I'll tip off a little bit of his opening speech. Anytime you get inducted into a Hall of Fame, that's special. But anytime you are mentioned in the Princeton Athletic Hall of Fame, given the rich tradition and the history that Princeton has
Yes.
with its student athletes and with its programs, that's setting you into a category that few high schools can have. It's very, very strong. And so we're really excited about this morning's brunch. Last night we introduced them at the football game, but we're going to bring in and welcome to this year's class the 2014 girls basketball state champions. In 1975, we had a mile relay team that won the state.
Ooh.
And then in 1983, our 4x4 boys relay, they were state champions. And in 86, the 4x8 relay team were state champions. So we're recognizing a lot of great state champions this year as teams. And then individually, former educator and coach Dave Kamer, he is going in and receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'll share just a quick note real quick. Last night, as the game was about to start, I look over in the Oak Hills stands, and there is this giant poster, Rob. I mean, it was massive. And these people standing up with it, and it would just said, "We love Coach Kamer."
Oh.
And I'm like, isn't that great that the Oak Hills fans are supporting? It was Kamer's family. They were in there doing that for him. But it was great to see just everybody back, and we're looking forward to this morning and putting them into our Hall of Fame this year.
So awesome. Well, I hope it's a very successful ceremony, Joe, and I know it will be great. And good luck to all the Vikings this week. And we'll touch base early next week and talk about week 8. Believe it or not, it's just flying now. Took forever to get going, and now it's flying.
Yeah. Rob, I appreciate you. Thanks for accommodating us.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend, Joe.
Yes, sir. You too.